What is up, XRP family? Thank you guys for joining the video for today. So here we go, guys. We have here XRP fam Rep Huizinga is disappointed with the committee for failing to have Chair Gary Gensler in front of the full committee in over a year. Gary, a new day is almost here. Settle the Ripple case and go back to Wall Street with your buddies. Now, it's not gonna take long anymore, guys, before Gary Gensler has to answer for what he is doing. And you can see it in his interviews. This guy looks pale. He looks like he knows what's coming for him, but he can't do anything. Literally, that's how it looks right now. Let's dig in, guys. Let's see. Now, remember, when everything is negative in the news, it's a very positive thing for crypto. And I can see it over and over again happening again, where they call XRP a con on the news. Well, that's a very positive thing, guys. That's a very bullish thing. So be ready, because we might see some significant moves very, very soon. Let's take a look at this video first.
I'm also disappointed, frankly, that this committee, and I have to take this moment to say that the committee has not fulfilled its duty, not to mention its pledges to me and others on this committee and in the public, to have Chair Gensler in front of this subcommittee or the full committee. It has been over a year since he has appeared. But under Chair Gensler, the SEC has experienced several operational problems that have eroded public trust in the commission, preventing it from carrying out its statutory mandate. Instead of meeting those stakeholder expectations, the agency is focused on pushing a far-left liberal agenda that aims to impact every aspect of our capital markets. Now, according to an October of 22 Inspector General report, staff attrition at the SEC is at its highest rate in over a decade. Not only does this diminish the SEC's ability to protect investors and ensure adequate capital formation, it reduces the quality of the SEC rulemaking being proposed, which is being outsourced to temporary and inexperienced staff. Coupled with consistent short comment periods, a technical error that disrupted the public comment process, and a complete lack of proposals that will facilitate capital formation, one would have to give the SEC low marks for their corporate governance and workplace management. Lastly, I'd like to provide some commentary on the issue that has been front and center and frankly has caused a lot of confusion and concern amongst marketplace participants. This summer, Chair Gensler gave remarks in which he said, quote, "Retail investors have greater access to markets than at any time in the past," close quote, but left open the possibility of promulgating a rule on equity market structure reform, which we learned yesterday will be added to the other 30 rule proposals that he has given in the last 11 months. So that's going to be released next week. Retail participation in U.S. markets has grown across every demographic, and today, self-directed retail investors make up a significant portion of daily activity on our markets. The current state of equity markets is the product of years of private sector innovation and prudent, fact-based, and data-driven public.
Now you can see, guys, this is all part of the plan. Again, this is what they do, right? Gary Gensler is just the face of the SEC, but the plans were already made long time ago, guys. They're reading a script. That's what you have to understand here. Now, here we can see this was released 10 November by Ripple. Diversity in Crypto and Web3, a discussion with Brazil's tech community. Now, the thing is, guys, you have to understand here that XRP didn't even start yet, right? NFTs are new. Web3 is new. And look at this. Brazil's often referred to a culturing melting pot. This has influenced just about every aspect of Brazilian life, and the quick adoption of crypto is no exception. Diversity requires something that unifies. For example, a public ledger, says Victor Silva, PhD student in Department of Computing Science at University of Alberta. According to Silva, Brazilians are also excited about new things. Now, they are using XRPL on a lot of platforms with banks in Brazil. And here you can see that they're exploring Web3 as well. Web3 didn't even start on Ripple and XRP. It didn't even start. If that starts, that's another thing, right? The next bull run of XRP is going to be insane, guys. Let's even say that without the banks using it, it's going to be crazy. Just what's possible in Web3. But then imagine being regulated. as the only cryptocurrency. Imagine what's possible on Web3. Because what we've seen till now on crypto is nothing, right? Because all of the coins were not regulated, they were not being used like a mainstream adoption. This can become a mainstream adoption for Web3. Imagine everything built upon layers on the XRP ledger, right? Now, that's what you have to think about. How did Ripple build such a loyal army with a chart like this, right? Because think about it, this is insane, right? XRP has been trading under the dollar for a very long time again. And now here, then it went to $1.50, almost $2 in the previous bull run. But that's nothing if you think about the utility that XRP has, right? But this is it, guys. This is proof that XRP is something bigger. They're suppressing the price. How can something with such utility be such low valuable? It's insane. And again, it's utility that is important here. Once it's activated, it's different. People like this are bad for crypto. Sailor says SEC should shut down Ripple for offering XRP as an unregistered security. Now, the problem is here, guys, is that Bitcoin is actually a very big problem. And he's investing in Bitcoin, right? He's betting billions of dollars on speculation, literally. There's no utility in Bitcoin. And he's afraid. He's afraid that XRP will actually be regulated and be used by all the banks and all the people. And that's the problem, because then Bitcoin will have almost nothing, right? And that is why he's saying this. He's afraid. Again, you can see this, you can read them like books. It's very, very easy at one point, right? They all behave the same. Al Baraka Bank has become the first bank to sign onto the Sadat Bahrain platform, a platform which is Ripple enabled for, among other things, remittances to UAE exchange or ICICI India. Now, we know, guys, that the UAE and Asia in particular are very, and the Middle East, Asia, they are very, very invested in Ripple technology because they really need it as well. They use cross-border payments way more frequently, and they need efficient ways to do that. And here you can see the original docs have been moved, so the best case scenario is that Al Baraka Bank will enable XRP use via ODL through UAE exchange and ICII Bank. Worst case is the Ripple integration never came to fruition, so nothing is happening, right? So let's see what is going to happen with that. Here we can see, guys, Ripple, fam, Giancarlo, the future of banking, finance, of money itself is going to be digital. It's going to be token based. It's blockchain based. And this is all the start. You're seeing it happening in front of your eyes, guys.
Sovereign or non-sovereign, some combination of the two. The future of banking, finance, and money itself is going to be digital. It is going to be token based. It's going to be blockchain based. The question is, how do, just as I did at the CFTC, let's not sit back and let this innovation pass us by. Let's engage with it. Let's get the balance right between privacy and national stability and law enforcement.
So again, right, former CFTC chairman, it's not just anyone talking here, guys. No, we know that this is going to be the future, right? And that is why he's saying this, because he can see it coming, as can anyone right now. XRP Fan Friends President, US Impact Investing Alliance, again talking about the SEC. Look how everyone is putting Gary Gensler in a very bad situation. Look at this.
Such a rulemaking is clearly consistent with the SEC's mandate to protect investors. Transparency and accountability are the hallmarks of efficient markets. But the current lack of information creates market inefficiencies, harming investors and weakening the financial system. It's in the long-term interest of both.
Weakening the financial system. What is she saying there, guys? What is she saying there? She knows that Ripple is something bigger. They're weakening the financial system. Now, I know that she could also be talking about because investors cannot invest, so the financial system is getting hurt. But think about this. They're not saying that, right? She's saying that they're hurting at this moment with the Ripple lawsuit, that they're hurting the financial system.
Individual companies and the wider economy to be responsive in disclosing human capital management factors to investors. Fourth, such disclosures would improve market efficiency and would not impose significant burdens on issuers. Corporate leaders currently navigate a complex web of private disclosure standards in order to meet investor demands. The SEC should standardize these disclosures and thereby create clarity and benefits for issuers, investors, and the broader markets alike. Lastly, SEC action on human capital management disclosure is a matter of American economic leadership and competitiveness. Global regulators are moving forward with their own disclosure frameworks, placing U.S. investors and corporations at an information disadvantage if the U.S. does not pave its own path forward. We believe that clear and consistent disclosure of human capital management factors will make existing U.S. issuers stronger.
Now, who is this talking, guys? Franz Siegel, President, U.S. Impact Investing Alliance, right? Executive Director. These are not just some people talking about this, guys. Even they can see that Gary Gensler is stepping on some very, very bad stones right now. So let's see, guys, what will happen. But it's getting very, very interesting. Thank you very much for watching the video. See you in the next one. Cheers.